Greetings, Midnight Sun here. Hopefully everyone's doing well. For today's topic, I'll be talking about sleep paralysis. I have only had 2 incidents of sleep paralysis, and ever since then I have not had any. For this one, I don't remember exact date because at the time I did not write this on the journal. But I'll say this is probably like before I started having more all these dreams that's been occurring to me. But this happened many years ago. The first sleep paralysis, and it happened when for one night my mother was like, "Go sleep in my bedroom, and then I'll sleep in yours." If I recall. And what happened is that in this dream, I woke up and I noticed that everything was pitch black. But I do remember physically seeing that I'm still in the living room. But I also noticed is that there was this shadow figure. Now, I researched many things on these shadow people or these entities, but this one is particularly different. It's still black, pitch black, but I can also see some sort of some space aura. It's hard to explain what was, but if you see through the pitch blackness, you can literally see the space of it, like the actual stars of it. It's just that you have to really pay close attention to it, because this is how dark it was in that room. And that's when I knew this is not actually me waking up. This is actually a sleep paralysis. So in that moment, it didn't move, it just watched me. I wasn't having a hard time breathing, but I could see him, but I couldn't move until moments later. That's when I knew that this force of shadow, I guess, is it something similar when that one episode of Naruto, it was using the shadow jutsu, if I'm not mistaken, that traverse through the shadows. And that's when I start feeling the paralysis. And I remember seeing my left eye now being covered by shadow, and all I have left is my right eye. And in that moment, I did pray to God and Jesus. Nothing helped. So I guess within that fear, that's when this might be cringe, but I do remember watching an episode of Naruto then, when Sasuke grabbed a blade, if I recall, and stabbed himself to release the paralysis. And I also remember how Eren Yeager bit himself in the hand. So I attempted to do that, just biting my own hand. Although it was very difficult for me to move, I noticed that it seemed surprised, I still have that force within me, the ability to move, although I'm struggling. And that's when I felt the force trying to pressure more, but I overpowered it, and I was able to bite my own hand, and then completely lost control. That instant, I woke up, and my body was telling me, "Go take a piss." Came back, went back to bed, thinking nothing happened. The moment I entered the sleep, the same thing happened. The difference was that it tried again, this time with more force. Same thing, by my own hand, got out of it. But this time though, I had so much rage and anger, so much the instinct to kill it, that I didn't care anymore. I saw its fear, and it fell down. He tried to run away, but he walking backwards and then tripped over something. I got on top of him and started punching it, beating the shit out of it. It pushes me and literally it flew. It opened the door and then flew out of it. I follow it, and the last thing I remember seeing was the full moon. It was so beautiful, but the full moon was really up close and personal. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. That was the first incident of the sleep paralysis. The second one, like I said, I don't remember what exact date, because this was the time that I did not take journals. But if I recall, this happened like, after the first incident. I'm not sure if it's like a week after or a month after. I don't exactly remember. This time though, this sleep paralysis incident, it was not a shadow figure. This was more like I don't know if I could recall if it's something demonic or if it's something, a ghost. But it was a woman in a white gown, long black hair. She didn't reveal herself on her face. But this time she wasn't using like the shadow ability to hold me down. But I remember, like, the same room that I was sleeping at the time. Only this time, I felt like she was curious to know who was I. Like she did like, force me down. I attempted to bite my own hand, and despite me doing that, this time I couldn't do it. But even I could see that it looked surprised that I have that much force. It's something like, not like, somehow I think that she was seeing like no human could ever have that ability to have that will to attempt to free itself. And I guess it let me go, and it just simply just went away. I don't remember after that what happened, but those two are my only sleep paralysis. Those two were the incident that happened. All right, guys. Take care and stay blessed, and peace and prosperity be with you.